Hey there guys, thanks for joining me for another Pokemon VGC video today, where I attempt to climb the online rankings and try to become a better competitive battler as I go along. And today we are featuring a new team, which we'll be featuring all week, and it may be changing just a little bit throughout the entire week when it comes to movesets, maybe EVs, and just substituting other Pokemon in that do fit my scheme. I do have a Scizor, non-Mega Scizor on my team, just because this is mainly a rain team, and Mega Scizor, well, not Mega Scizor, but Scizor can just benefit from being in the rain just to basically lower the power of fire attacks, which is 4 times super effective against. Anyway, we're just going to get straight into this, and we are going to be bringing Mega Venusaur. This team's going to be basically revolving around Mega Venusaur and Venusaur. Obviously, just like Scizor, benefiting from the rain because it is a grass type, and it'll just reduce those fire type attacks that it's going to be taking. And it already has thick fat, which is great. And if the other team wants to bring a Mega Charizard, that would be perfectly fine with me, because Venusaur could possibly be a good switch into a Solar Beam and benefit from the Sun for Chlorophyll and just getting off maybe like a Sludge Bomb, finishing off that Charizard Y, or just basically outspeeding it, even if I do Mega Evolve if the sun is up. And we're going to be bringing Rotom Heat. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, Rotom Heat, why are you bringing Rotom Heat? This is a rain team. This is a Spect Rotom Heat, and even in the rain, he could still benefit by just getting off an overheat, especially if it is Specs. And I do have complex EVs into this one, mainly just because I wanted to be able to outspeed a max attack Adamant Bisharp, and he is just a really good lead. Unfortunately, I don't have any I don't have Taunters, but I don't have any Intimidators on my team, and it probably now, like, thinking back to it, it may have been good to put a Intimidator on my team, just because you know, people think that, oh, you know, he's going to lead with an Intimidator. Let me throw my Bisharp in there so I can get the Defiant boost. And that's kind of what I want to draw people into, leading with the Bisharps, because Rotom on this team is actually a very, very good lead. And if they lead with their Bisharp, I could just, unless they protect, I can just get a clean one-hit KO on a Bisharp, unless it is Focus Sashed. And right next to the Rotom Heat is the Scizor. Like I said, it's just this is basically a setup Scizor. It's a Protect, Swords Dance, Bug Bite, and Bullet Punch. Everyone runs Bullet Punch on their Scizors, and you may be thinking to yourself, why don't you put Knock Off on it? It could just benefit from just knocking off those items that are annoying for the annoying Pokemon. And now thinking back to it, I really don't want knockoff on the Scizor, mainly because, yes, I'm going to be wanting to set up this Scizor with Swords Dance and try to find a way around the Pokemon that could threaten it, especially Talonflame. But I want to Bug Bite on it because the Pokemon like Gothitelle, Cresselia, Ludicolo, they're just very, very bulky Pokemon. Ludicolo not so bulky on the defensive spectrum, but bulky on the special defense spectrum because of the Assault Vest. And all those Pokemon will get knocked out with a one-hit KO if I'm able to set up a Swords Dance. And I am running Life Orb, Lumberry on the Scizor. Lumberry because I don't really want it to get threatened by Rotom Heat and just get burned, or a Rotom, you know, in general. And I just don't want to get burned. I really want to be able to get a Swords Dance off, maybe get Will-O-Wisp that turn, which would be fine because I'll just recover with the Lumberry. But this is going to be a setup set with the Scizor. I'm running a Life Orb on my Sylveon. I'm running a Life Orb on my Sylveon opposed to a Choice Specs because I want to be able to get off a Psyshock. I want to be able to get off a Shadow Ball on potential switch-ins, and not be able to, you know, to be able to just attack freely against its checks, and be able to just basically Hyper Voice. And I have Ludicolo on my team, and I have Politoed, which are basically the most common sets for rain teams. Politoed because he brings the rain, and Ludicolo because he could he's probably the best Pokemon that benefits from the rain with the Swift Swim, and he also gets Fake Out, so it's really good because it's going to be the fakest Fake Out user on the field if the rain is up, and probably the best Fake Out user other than Ludicolo would be Kangaskhan, or you know, you have Infernape, and then you may have like Liepard, but Liepard's not really used that much in VGC. And those are probably the fastest fake outers, but Ludicolo being able to get off a fake out on potential Pokemons and threats, just so I could set up maybe with my Scizor, get a Volt Switch off of my Rotom, which would be really, really good. And this is basically a support set Politoed, even though it is invested in special attack. And I have Helping Hand on it, which will be very, very beneficial to my team, especially to get those one-hit KOs that I do need. Anyway, I really talked way too much. The only reason I really talked as much as I did to just basically introduce some team I'm going to be using this week is because I was going to do a team preview on Sunday. I didn't have the time for it. I probably won't be doing them. I could just do the team preview the Monday of the entire week that we're going to be doing these battles. But besides the point, we are 20-10, and we are looking at a rating of 1632. Now, it's just taking a little bit longer to find an opponent. I don't know why, but all like this past weekend, it has been just like having a difficult time trying to connect to, I guess, Battle Spot and finding opponents. So it may take a little bit longer than it typically does, but that's fine. We're going to be doing 2 battles today, by the way. Usually I would only do 1 battle today, but we are going to be doing 2 battles today. Okay, so we're going to be playing with Connor from Kansas, United States, with a rating of 1695. So it'd be really cool if we can get a win during this battle. So without further ado, let me just write his team down really quick because I need to get better at these team previews anyway. So we got the Tang, we got the Talonflame, we have the Scizor, we have the Hydreigon. We have the Will-O-Wisping, possibly Jelly Scent, and we have the freaking I don't know, Grass thingy, Grass Fighter. Okay. So alright, so he could lead right off the bat with his Kangaskhan and his Breloom, that's what it's called. So he could lead with his Kangaskhan and his Breloom so we can get a potential fake out onto one of my Pokemon, just so he can use the Spore with his Breloom. So that could be a definite possibility, or he could just lead with his Talonflame, because my team, like I said earlier, is relatively weak to Talonflame, barring the fact that I have my Rotom Heat with me, but it also is Choice Spec, so it's not very defensive. He has his own Scizor, probably Kangaskhan being the Mega Evolution on his team, the Scizor just being standard Scizor. And we have the Hydreigon, which is always hard to deal with. And I have a lot of Pokemon I can counter, especially the Sylveon. So he most likely will be bringing his Hydreigon just because it hits all of my team really hard except the Sylveon. And who would I potentially want to lead with? Now, if he leads with his Breloom, which I think he really will, he is going to get a Spore off potentially one of my Pokemon if I don't fake it out with Ludicolo. So, I think I'm just going to go for the safe play, go for the Ludicolo play, the Politoed play. We could potentially switch fake outs, which is fine with me. I'm going to get my fake out off before he does with his Kangaskhan, unless he protects. And Rotom Heat really fares well in this battle, and so does Sylveon. So I'm not even going to bring Venusaur in this, because Venusaur being countered by possibly his Hydreigon, his Talonflame, and there's one other one. Talonflame, and the, why can't I think of the Kangaskhan? Kangaskhan just hits really, really hard. So he's going to lead with Talonflame, and he's going to lead with Breloom. So this is really scary because, he can't Spore. He cannot Spore. That's one thing I love about Ludicolo. He cannot be, Rage Powdered because it doesn't affect Grass-type Pokemon, which we learned last week, which is very, very beneficial to know. And he cannot be Spored. So that is really, really good to know. So if he's going to go for the Spore, he's definitely going to go on it onto my Politoed, or he could potentially switch out. Let me think right here. We have 2 physical attackers. Again, bringing an Intimidator on his team would have been so beneficial. Maybe like closer to the end of the week, see how Mega Venusaur pans out, and maybe bringing Mawile, because Mawile is just so beneficial to this team as well, because it is Steel typing. So this is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go for the Fake Out onto the Talonflame, and then Protect play with the Politoed, because he's either going to go for a Spore or a Bolt Seed straight into my Politoed, and it's not going to take it very well. I don't want Politoed to be going to sleep just yet, so... Okay, yes, I'm definitely not outspeeding this Breloom, so that's what I'm going to go for. Okay, so Talonflame's going to Protect. That's fine. I can't really do much to my Ludicolo if he goes for any plays onto my Ludicolo, so this is basically just going to be like a stalemate turn. So he goes for the Bolt Seed straight on my Politoed. Okay, so that's pretty much just like a stalemate. I mean, I kind of seen that coming. Talonflame, now that we know Talonflame has Protected, it's not Choice Bandit, so that's good to know. It could possibly be Life Orbed, which is just going to completely one-hit KO my Ludicolo. Ludicolo is being one-hit KO'd by this Talonflame regardless. So I'm in a shitty position right now because whatever I switch into is going to take this Brave Bird very, 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 very hard. So the only one I could potentially switch into would be my Rotom, and I believe this Politoad's most likely going to go to sleep. I don't think he can KO. I don't think he can KO. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go for the Scold, because I'm not risking another Protect. I'm really not risking another Protect. I want to do safe plays here, so he's going to go for the Brave Bird again onto my Ludicolo, and then I'm going to just switch into my Rotom, and hopefully we can get a, hopefully we take this. I calculated in my EVs as best as I could, so I could take a Life Orbed Brave Bird at least 3 times. So we take that very, very nicely. So he's definitely not Life Orbed. I don't believe he's Life Orbed. He is Life Orbed, so he may not be invested as well as I think he is in attack, because we took that very, very nicely. We did. Okay, so we could be seeing a Spore play onto this Rotom Heat. I mean, I don't think he knows that I would be able to KO him with an Overheat with my Rotom Heat. I don't think so. And his Talonflame is just basically dead weight at this point, because I can just get a Volt Switch off, and if he goes for the Brave Bird, fine. If I get a Volt Switch off, he's done. Okay, so, alright, so let me see, who could he potentially have in the back? Who could he have in the back? He could do the Jelly Scent switch into the Breloom spot, thinking that I will overheat it. Okay, so what do I want to do here? He has so many good switch-ins for this Talonflame. Alright, so do you go for the Bolt Seed? No, you know what? I'm gonna go for the Ice Beam, and I'm gonna go for the Volt Switch and switch into my Ludicolo in my. Okay, so he's gonna go for another Protect, which is good. He's gonna scout out what I have to do. Alright, I didn't take in consideration that his Breloom is faster than me, and I should really take that in consideration. I forgot all about Breloom sporing his ass off, and I was so focused on being able to outspeed the, so it's going to Focus Sash him. Okay, that's going to Focus Sash him, so what could we possibly do here? What could we possibly do? He could protect him with my top Politoed, which is probably like a really good play right here. Or we can go for the safe Brave Bird into my Politoed, because whatever I switch into that regardless is going to take it very, 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 very hard. And potentially switching into my Ludicolo, because he wouldn't be able to Spore my Politoed, but he'd be able to Brave Bird my Ludicolo on that switch in. So I don't really see how beneficial that could be to my team. So what I'm going to do is, can't really do anything to my Rotom with his Breloom. He can't. Unless he Mach Punches it, which would probably do about like 30-40%. But alright, so I'm gonna protect. I'm gonna protect here. He's probably gonna switch out. Let's see what he does. So I'm gonna get a Protect off with my Politoed. So he's not gonna switch out. So he's going for the Brave Bird. Tailwind, okay. He's gonna go for the Tailwind, which was a really good play because it's a oh man, I could have switched into my Ludicolo. But now I don't think I'd be able to outspeed. I don't think I'd be able to outspeed his Talonflame. Well, I would be with the Fake Out, but he'd be able to still Spore. All right. Okay. Do you predict my switch out again? Do you predict my switch out? You're going to outspeed him regardless of Breloom. And you're going to Spore. Well, Tailwind's Breloom is really, really, really terrifying. I'm going to stay in with Politoed. I can't, though. Yes, I can. He's gonna double down on my Politoed. No. Alright, so Volt Switch. He's got me in such... He's got my balls. He's got my balls like this. Because if I switch into my Ludicolo, Brave Bird, that slot, he's just going to knock out my Ludicolo, but he can also double down from that slot, because if I don't... Oh my god, he protects? What is he doing? He's just burning his own Tailwind turns. And he's going to Bullet Seed that slot. It's going to hurt a lot, but still I can get a Fake Out, knock out this Breloom. Knock out this Breloom. Do I go for the Fake Out, for the knockout on the Breloom? Because I think he's going to switch out his Breloom. He's going to switch out his Breloom probably to Jelly Scent. It's not going to affect it. It doesn't matter what he switches out to, because Fake Out's not going to do anything to that Pokemon, and he could potentially save his Breloom later so he gets another Tailwind up, and he could just Spore my Pokemon. And then he goes for a Brave Bird with Talonflame, or he switches out his Talonflame. He's got so many choices. So many choices. So many choices. Alright. I'm going for the safe play here. I'm going to double down on this Talonflame because it can't protect that if it stays in. Oh, I knew he's going to do it! I knew he was going to do it! What's he going to switch into? His Hydreigon. Oh my god. Oh my god. So he's going to protect, thinking that I'm going to Fake Out his Breloom, which is good play on his part, but I did double down onto his Talonflame, because his Talonflame is definitely more of a threat to my team. Do I wake up? Okay, I do wake up. I'm going to get the Volt Switch off. Oh man, I could have kept Rotom in the... Wow, yeah, well, he definitely... Oh, crit. Okay, so... but still, that did a lot of damage. Tailwind did not peter out. Tailwind does not peter out. But I'm still going to be faster than the Hydreigon, even if it is Scarfed. And I'm still going to be faster than this Breloom. So I'm going to throw my Politoed in there because I'm going to get the rain back up, which is good that the rain went down. And I'm still going to be able to outspeed both of his Pokemon. And he cannot protect with this Breloom, so he may want to switch out his Breloom. I can Ice Beam his Hydreigon. Question is, who's better? Who could... This... What do you want to do, Hydreigon? What do you want to do? You could Draco Meteor my Ludicolo. That knocks out my Ludicolo, but I'm going to get the knockout on to your Breloom. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Do you protect with your Hydreigon to scout what I'm going to do? You know what? I'm just going to go for two Ice Beams. Two Ice Beams. Mach Punch on the Ludicolo. It's not going to knock it out. It's not going to knock it out. And the Draco Meteor, so he is faster. Onto my Politoed. It's not going to knock out my Politoed. At least it shouldn't. It should not knock it out. And oh my god. Thank you, Special Defense. Thank you, Special Defense. Max HP investment. Two Ice Beams coming your way. You should not be surviving this, sir. You should not be surviving this at all. Oh my god. Oh, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And your Tailwind is going to peter out. It is going to peter out. Awesome! That's what I wanted. I was having so much trouble with Ludicolo last week. Now I'm having trouble with Breloom. Oh, man. And I have all of my Pokemon still, even though we have these two who are severely damaged. But your Tailwind should have petered out. It should have. Why didn't I see it? Why didn't I see it show up on the bottom? Did your Tailwind peter out? Did it? Did it peter out? Huh. Fake out on the Politoed. Brave Bird, Ludicolo. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. Do I sack these two? Do I want to preserve my Fake Out on my Ludicolo? It's gonna Brave Bird my Ludicolo. I did that Scold play just in case he goes for the Fake Out on the Ludicolo. I did that because of that reason. If not, I'm going to lose my Politoed, unfortunately, but at least I preserved my Fake Out from my Ludicolo, which is going to be definitely beneficial when it comes down to these two. And if you go for... He's going to Protect? He's going to Protect. Double Edge. Please, not on... The Rotom! Not the Rotom. Not the Rotom. Okay. Oh. And I'm going to scold his Talonflame. It's not going to do anything. That definitely did not work out in my favor. I thought he was definitely going to go for either the Fake Out onto, which is good because he's not in a position where he should be going for a Fake Out. He should be going for all out attacks because he's kind of trying to work himself out of a hole. He's not in a big hole though because I have 2 severely damaged Pokemon. What do I do? What do I do? Do I go into my Ludicolo? Do I do that? Oh my god. I have a feeling I'm not going to win this one. He's playing so well. He is. He's playing very well. Okay, so what can I do here? What can I do? I could go for the Fake Out on the Kangaskhan. I could do that. And if he doesn't Protect, that's perfect. If he does Protect, that's okay. And he's going to Talonflame... Or he could predict my Fake Out onto this Kangaskhan, go for the Brave Bird onto my Politoed, and that would be a very, very good play. That would really be a good play, actually. Does he Brave Bird my Politoed? Predicting that. I think he's going to Brave Bird my Politoed because he's thinking that I'm going to Fake Out the Kangaskhan with the Ludicolo. He Brave Bird my Ludicolo, and then I scold his Talonflame. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to scold his Talonflame, and then I'm going to Protect. That's what I'm going to do. Please, please do it. Please do it. Do it. Do it. No! No! Oh my god! I'm thinking too much. I'm thinking way too much. Oh my god. Thinking. Don't think when you play Pokemon. Don't think. He did exactly what I said he was going to do. And if I did what I said I was going to do, I would have won. I would have won so easily. Oh my god. From now on, I'm not thinking anymore. I'm doing. That's what you have to do. Sometimes when you think too much, it just loses you the game, which it did right there. No way I'm coming back in this hole. Does he double down on my Sylveon? There's no reason to double down on my Sylveon. He's going to go straight for the Politoed with the Brave Bird play. And he's going to double edge my Sylveon, but he's going to go for the Brave Bird into my Politoed. And if I Protect here with my Sylveon, there's no point. Because he's just going to get the Brave Bird off before I can get the Scald off. I'm going to Helping Hand. I'm going to Helping Hand because it is a priority of +5. So it has more priority than his Brave Bird. Do you Brave Bird my Politoed? If you don't, that's the dumbest play I can think of right now. You Brave Bird my Politoed. Okay, so that's going to knock out my Politoed. Politoed actually doing something at least before he's going to faint. And he's going to take some Life Orb Recoil also. So hopefully this Helping Hand puts it in range for a Hyper Voice. If I can survive this Double Edge, which I think I should be. No. No, I can't. Oh my god. Well, I mean, that's that. Talonflame. Just, oh my god. Talonflame, Talonflame, Talonflame. My team is so weak to Talonflame. I do know how to get around playing with Talonflame. I do have What? I had the Rotom, bro. I'd lost. I needed the Rotom. I needed the Rotom for the Talonflame, and I lost it because I made a bad prediction. I didn't think it was a bad prediction, to be completely honest with you, when I did it. But he made I guess, either the perfect move or a stupid move, and it ended up working out in his favor. And if I didn't switch my Rotom in there, I could potentially won that one. But even losing the Rotom, I still could have won that one if I went for that play that I said I was going to do on that one turn where I said I was going to fake out the Kangaskhan and just go for the Skull straight into the Talonflame. Because then, excuse me, I would have brought in my Sylveon, and I would have just basically helping handed the Sylveon Hyper Voice that should have been able to put Kangaskhan in KO range, if not KO it. So I should have won that one. Just way too much over predicting, and not too much. There's another Ludicolo and Politoed. So we have the Ludi with the Poly. Just too much thinking on my end. He does have the Mawile, so he has what I said I wanted to bring. So another Talonflame. Why not? Why not bring Talonflame? Everyone does. I'm trying to be a leader, not a follower, guys. Just Talonflame has so much to offer. He does. Okay, so you bring the Poly and the Ludi, and the only Mega that you have is Mawile. You could potentially bring Mawile. I do have the Rotom Heat for the Mawile, but again, the range shuts the Rotom Heat down. It really does. Do I predict that you bring your Politoed and then not even bring my Politoed, bring my Ludicolo so I could benefit from the rain? I could do that. But then do you lead with Politoed and do you lead with Talonflame? Because that's actually a very good lead. You could set up the Tailwind, get a Fake off, and then, you know, worst comes to worst, switch out the Talonflame into, you know, I don't know, Mawile. Politoed, set up the rain for the Ludicolo. There's so many things that he could be doing for his team, and good for this guy. Good for this guy. So I think the Ludi and the Talonflame are actually going to lead. So if the Ludi and the Talonflame lead, it's all going to come down to, is my Ludi faster? Is my Ludicolo faster? Oh, man. Man. Okay. I gotta start picking soon, but I'm gonna go with Rotom Heat because I think Rotom Heat's gonna be a very, very good lead in this situation. Yes, I do. I do. What do I do? Ludicolo. I'm just gonna bring Venusaur anyway. Think, Jim, think. I gotta start picking faster. Okay. Let's see what he leads with. Ludi and Talonflame. Talonflame is just such a good lead. Ludicolo and Rotom, that's my team. That's my team, Jim. That's my team. Talonflame and Ludicolo. Okay, so we did predict that correctly. 2 shinies. Okay, alright, cool. So I did predict that correctly. I could possibly have the Politoed in the back so he can benefit from his own rain, obviously. And Talonflame being a good lead because Brave Bird's my Ludicolo. If his Ludicolo is faster than my Ludicolo, I'm kind of screwed in this position because I really want to stay in with Ludicolo right here. Because his Ludicolo can't really do anything to my Ludicolo. I can't do anything to his Ludicolo. Fake outs obviously will be trading here if he doesn't target my Ludicolo. This Rotom Heat fares so well against his entire team. I need it. I need it. I need it. I need it. I can't switch in. I don't want to switch in. I don't want to do any damage to my Pokemon that they have in the back. So, Volt Switch? Volt Switch. Do you protect again like the last guy did and just completely outplay me from that point on? Fake out. Fake out Ludicolo. I'm faking out. Quick Guard. Okay. Okay. That's fine. You're going to fake out my Rotom. Oh! What just happened? Oh! Whoa! What just happened? Who did he fake out? Did he fake out? What did Ludicolo go for? Pay attention! What happened there? Okay, see, we went for the Quick Guard with his Talonflame. That got rid of my fake out. Okay, so they just negates my fake out. Which is fine. I didn't really mind because I was fake outing his Ludicolo in prediction that he was going to fake out my Ludicolo. So What the freak happened right there? I don't know, but I'm probably going to go back on this video because I definitely have to see what the hell that Ludicolo did. There's no way to protect it. There's no way. He used Quick Guard. Okay, so I get a free switch out. Who could he have in the back? He could bring in the Politoed. If he brings in the Politoed, I'm going to bring in my Venusaur, because if he brings in a Politoed, my Venusaur fares very, very well against both of his Pokemon, and that's what I think he's going to do. I think he's going to bring the Politoed out. Oh! I Volt Switched, so he didn't go yet. He's going to burn me. He's going to burn me. RNG. The RN gods. What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? That was the best switching that I possibly could have done. I did it, and I get burned. Alright, so Intimidate obviously not being a factor here since I am both a special attacker, but this Mawile is definitely going to present a threat since I cannot Sludge Bomb it. But I could Leech Seed it. That is a thing. That is a thing. He can't do much. His Ludicolo can't do much to either one of my Pokemon unless he Ice Beams my Venusaur, but Thick Fat being a huge help right here, and he could just double down onto the Venusaur, but again, this burn is just going to completely add up if he does do that. Rotom Heat being very, very good option in the back though, so I do like that. But if you switch into any one of your Pokemon, could be Gengar, because if I Sludge Bomb the Ludicolo slot, Gengar comes in. Gengar comes in. I mean, if it is Sash, it's going to break his Sash, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's what I'm going to do. Your Ludicolo is faster than my Venusaur does, so you go for an Ice Beam and you go for an Iron Head. I'm going to outspeed his Mawile, so let's go for that. Let's go for that. And I'm going to Scald the Mawile. I think that's a good play. Because his Mawile is not going to be faster than my Venusaur. I'm going to get a Sludge Bomb off. This Ice Beam should not KO. Can't freeze me. So he's going to Mega Evolve, obviously. There's no point in not to. He wasn't going to switch out. So I could be getting a Scald off. Hopefully we can return burns here, because that would be just really, really good. That would be really, really, really good. Ice Beam obviously can't freeze me. Oh, into the Ludicolo. Probably hoping for a freeze. So that's even better for me, because he's not going to get a... Ooh, nice, nice. Ludicolo. Ludicolo. I love you now. I hated you last week, but I love you now. Okay, so I'm not going to get the poison. He's going to get the Iron Head off into my Ludicolo. Why is he targeting down my... Okay, so my Venusaur can't do much to his... My Venusaur can't do much to his Mawile, so he's probably targeting down my Ludicolo, seeing it as a bigger threat. So if you're targeting down my Ludicolo, you could have the Poly in the back, because that's why you're targeting down my Ludicolo. You have the Poly in the back. Oh, tricky, tricky, tricky. He doesn't want to take a Giga Drain from my Ludicolo. Okay, all right. So does he go for the same play? He can't protect. You sir, cannot protect with his Ludicolo. I'm going to preserve the Fake Out. Iron Head, Ice Beam. Iron Head, Ice Beam. Not going to do much to my Scizor. Iron Head, Ice Beam is not going to do much to my Rotom either. I'm going to go in the Rotom. Please don't do anything crazy again. He's going to switch out his Ludicolo Poly. Thunderous. Okay. Okay, so he's not going to take the Sludge Bomb nicely, and I'm going to get a switch into my Rotom. He's probably going to Iron Head my Rotom slot again. And Sucker Punch! Perfect! 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 Oh, man, that could have not played out more perfectly. And that Sludge Bomb's going to do so much damage. So much damage. Okay. Okay. Mawile, do you Sucker Punch my Venusaur? Because I've attacked for the past 2 turns. I'm burned, so you probably are like, dude, this dude isn't going to protect. There's no way. He's going to go for another Sludge Bomb. Potentially KO the Landorus. Or the Thunderous. I Volt Switched. I Volt Switched with my Rotom. So he could go for the Sucker Punch on my Rotom, knowing that I can't protect and only have attacking moves. And I'm most likely going to overheat this Mawile. So he could protect. He could do that. Thunderous probably or most likely not having any... Do you go for the Taunt? do I want to protect? I don't think I want to protect. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Switch out. I think he's going for the sucker punch on my Rotom, knowing that I'm some form of choice because I went for the Volt Switch. The Volt's only Rotoms that only carry Volt Switch are choiced. So I'm going to switch into my Scizor, even if he wants to taunt. Okay, so I read that. Okay, that's fine. I don't care. Okay, so he was thinking. Yes! Yes! Okay, so you burned me, I poisoned you. Alright, okay, Citrus Berry, you eat that, that's fine. That is fine. Iron Head onto my Venusaur. Okay, alright, so Venusaur actually doing a lot of work. Venusaur, he did a lot of damage to Ludicolo. He did a lot of damage to the Thunders. He poisoned the Thunders. The Thunders is going to go down probably in 2 turns if I don't even attack it. I could... He's not going to switch out of Thunders. He's not. He is not, because he has no Talonflame in the back, because we KO'd it, and he has the, Mawile, he has the Thunders, and he has the Ludicolo. You're not switching out your Thunders. You're not. You are not, sir. So in this position, what do I do? What do I go into my Rotom? I am going to go into my Rotom. I'm going to outspeed with my Rotom as well, so he could switch out his Mawile, preserve his Intimidate. No, he doesn't have an Intimidate anymore. It's huge power. Thank you, Mega Evolution. Okay, so what do, my man? My man with a Poison Thunders. I think at this range, Bullet Punch should KO the Thundurus. He's going to be faster, though, with his Prankster. He's going to be faster with his Prankster. Bullet Punch is priority of 1. Prankster priority of 1. If he has higher speed, definitely than me. Alright, so we're going to go for the safe play. Sucker Punch is not knocking out my Rotom, and a Bullet Punch is, hopefully, if he's going to Mawile protecting, fine, that's okay. What do you do with your... You can't paralyze my Rotom, so he's going to go for the safe Thunder Wave, which is smart. That's exactly what I've done. Hoping for the paralysis right here. Break through the paralysis. Break through the paralysis. Oh, I have Lumberry! What am I thinking? I have Lumberry. So that couldn't even have played out more perfect than I thought it would have. Then he's going to KO. I knew it was going to KO at that range. Max attack coming through, and he's going to protect. That's fine. That is actually absolutely fine. So Ludicolo. Man, if my man actually, if he is as educated as I am in the VGC metagame, and he goes on Nugget Bridge, uses the damage calculator, puts the EVs in there, and he brings up Major Bowman's Ludicolo, which I'm actually using Major Bowman's Ludicolo, and he has enough EVs to put 108 speed, so you can outspeed a Scarf Landers with the Rain Up. So if that's the case, and if he doesn't have any more EVs invested in speed, I'm going to be able to outspeed this Rotom. But he's going to fake out this Rotom. That's what you're going to do. You're going to fake out the Rotom. You're going to fake out the Rotom. You are. I don't care if you fake out the Rotom. Go right ahead. Fake out the Rotom. You fake out the Rotom, I'm going to Bullet Punch. Fake out the Rotom, I'm going to Bullet Punch this Mawile. And this is going to do a considerable amount of damage. Not going to KO it, but yeah. That's good. It's going to Iron Head my my Scizor, which is fine. Can't do anything with an Iron Head with either one of my Pokemon. Can't KO them with Sucker Punch. And he's kind of playing from a hole right now, and I've put myself in a good position. Which I'm really happy with myself after playing that last game and just over-predicting myself, and I should have won it. So I'm feeling more confident in myself now. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so we have 37 seconds left. My Rotom's gonna outspeed his Ludicolo. So this is what I'm gonna do. Just go for the double KO. Sucker Punch, okay, it's not gonna KO. It's not even gonna do... Yeah, there we go. This is a one-hit KO. Easily one-hit KO. Oh, he's... I'm thinking to myself, full HP Mole is just gonna easily KO. He had, what, 30% health left? That was just gonna do so much. So much. And I'm gonna get the Bug Bite off onto this Ludicolo. He's gonna scold my Rotom. Okay, it's fine. Rotom, you have done your job here. Rotom just putting in so much work in this game, and Choice Specs Rotom is so good because Rotom is such a complex Pokemon. He could do so much. He could be specially defensive. He could be, defensively defensive. He could be Choice Scarfed. He could be Choice Spect. He is such a strong and viable Pokemon in a VGC metagame, and he is my favorite Pokemon of all time. I love Rotom. Love him so much. And I like Rotom Heat because it just, like that. It just puts so much pressure on the Talonflame and Mawile, being two of my major weaknesses on my team, and it was paying off in that battle. So Rotom picking up the KO onto the Talonflame, which was perfect because not many people may think that Rotom could be Choice Spect or Choice Scarfed. If I was in his Talonflame's position in the first turn, I would have protected. I don't know whether or not he does have Protect, but I definitely would run Protect on my Talonflame over Quick Guard just for that reason. He would know that I would Volt Switch. He could have potentially switched out into probably his Mawile. It wouldn't have done much to his Mawile. I would have switched out my Rotom, put another Pokemon in there, and Rotom Heat puts on so much pressure against those Pokemon that my team is particularly weak to, so I don't always have to bring the rain, and I just showed you why I have a Rotom Heat on my team in that battle, because a lot of people may think, oh, he's going to bring the rain. I see a Poly and a Ludi, he's going to bring the rain. Why does he have a Rotom Heat on his team? And I just showed you in that video why I bring a Rotom Heat on my team, because I don't have to bring the rain all the time. And other teams could bring rain, and I could benefit from that by bringing my Ludicolo, which does so much work in the rain. So Ludicolo, Politoed, Rotom Heat, Scizor doing a lot of work in that battle too. Regular Scizor, actually. Regular Scizor is a monster. And I can't even think who my other Pokemon are. Venusaur and another one. But I literally just put, I actually dedicate the entire day putting this team together, and I made sure that I put a lot more effort into making this team than I did the last week's team. So we're actually going to split a win and a loss today, and I would like to thank everyone that watched this video today. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with some more Pokemon VGC. See you later.